Hi, you're tuned into the Raging Aggron channel, and I'm your host, Djingis. And I'm here with our last and final week of our ABL journey in ABL Season 2. And we are here with week 14, and we are facing off in what should have been our last rematch. But in the middle of the season, Lord quitted the league and got replaced by Cyan Chimera from the PWL. Very close friend from the PSL PWL Discord server. A very good battler, much better than Lord. I mean, he is... Cyan is, as of right now, 2-3 going into this battle since he joined. He's made some extremely good changes to his squad, making it much more challenging for me to build versus his team. And I know that he is a very good battler, very good prepper as well. So I have to... I mean, the only way I can win this battle, looking at his team and my team, is to predict exactly what tactic he will go for. If I don't do that, I will lose this game, 100%. There's nothing I can do about it. Because Cyan is that good that even if I prep for all of his mons, like I should do, keyword should, I'm in a bit of trouble if he brings a tactic that is a bit different than I planned for. So, I mean, even if I prep for the rest of all of his mons, if I prep for him bringing, as we'll go through his team, you'll see he has a good sand core, like a very good sand core. He can bring that. He can also bring something completely different. He can bring setup sweepers. He can bring trick room. He can bring scoffers. He can bring specs users in whatever format. I mean, I think his team could even work in rain. And I think he has a rain setter. I mean, it's a very, very scary team. He made one transaction. It was dropping Ash Greninja for Protean Greninja. And that makes it a bit easier for me to prep, because I don't have to prep for Ash Greninja, but I have to prep for Protean Greninja. And that is so much easier because I just switch on Whipcore on that thing every single time. So, we'll go through his team first, and then we'll go through my team. And I hate this team so fucking much right now. It's so disgustingly good. Mega Beedrill, Protean Greninja, Chandelure, Rotom-Mow, Piloswine, Dildohead, what it's called Lucario. Djingis is called Lucario. Dragonite, Porygon 2, Togekiss. Why does the names just disappear from me? Togekiss, Tyranitar, and Escadrille. I mean, this team, if he brings a sand team, the mons will be Ash Greninja, Piloswine. Let's redo that. If he brings a sand team, I'm predicting like 7 or 8 months that could be a possible bring for him. It is Escadrille and Tyranitar, of course. P2 100%, Piloswine 100%, and then Lucario, and then we could see Mesprit, we could see Chandelure, and we could see Greninja, since Greninja gets off power, if I'm not 100% wrong, or rock ground moves overall. So I mean, it's a very good team if he brings the sand team. If he brings a mixed team with Scoffers, he could bring the sand core of Tyranitar Escadrille, and still the P2 would have to come. But then he can go with Mega Beedrill to outspeed my Mega, and then go Scarf Chandelure, and then still have Rocky Helmet Togekiss and E-Speed Lucario to deal with Lopunny. So yeah. The only thing, looking at this team, the one thing that I don't think he will bring is a Trick Room team, because it's a very fast team overall. Even if we bring a bulky Togekiss, it's still a pretty fast mon. And same with Mesprit, same with Rotom, Lucario as well. So it's a very interesting team that he has. He can do a lot of things with it, so that's why. I mean, the obvious glaring thing that you have to prep for is sand, and I decided to just, okay, this is the last week, and before I prepped, well, during my preparations, I started looking at, okay, who won and who lost in their last week 13. And Levy won, Trevor won, Sly lost. Which means that we are 3 teams fighting for the last spot to the playoffs. And Sly has one more win than me and Trevor. Trevor has like 15 or something like that better differential than I have. So I need Trevor to lose, I need Sly to lose for me to be able to reach playoffs, and I deem those chances as very, very low. Because Sly faces Pikachu in the last matchup, and Trevor, I forgot who he faced. I think it is TJ. Yeah, it is TJ. So I mean, my chances to go to playoffs are very, very small. So I decided to not even go for the playoffs in this matchup. Because Cyan is such a good opponent and such a good battler that I know that I need to be on top of my game to reach playoffs. And looking at how this season has gone, with very high tops and very low lows, I think that I will lose this battle 100% no matter what happens. I think I will lose this battle because he has the matchup 100% versus my team. So I decided to prep for the obvious thing. I decided to prep for the Sand team. Now, Sand team for me is pretty easy to prep for, so it wasn't that hard really. But I decided to switch it up a bit, making it a bit more hard for him to go for Sand team. So I made a very interesting combo here of mons. First off, we have Coldplay our Vaporeon with Leftovers, Water Absorb, Scald, Wish, Protect, Ice Beam, the standard spread. The Scald and Ice Beam are there because with this spread I can survive 2 Earthquakes from Life Orb Escadrille. And I can survive 2 Earthquakes from Choice Banded... what is it called? Choice Banded T-Tar. And Scald does tremendous amount of damage back to them. So Vaporeon is asked here to get the wishes up and to Scald burn. In the best of words, Scald burns. Since I only got 1 burn the whole season, I don't think I'll get any Scald burns. But this will be a very good matchup for me to get them in. But yeah, that's what I bring with Vaporeon. Next up we have Metallica, our Metagross, holding the Choice Scarf with Clear Body, Earthquake, Medium Mash, Ice Punch, Stealth Rock, 252 attack, 4 special defense and 252 speed, Jolly Nature. This allows me to outspeed everything on his team that isn't Sand Rush. And if the sand is up, I can still outspeed the rest of his team with this thing, thanks to Galvantula, as we will see later. Medium Mash is a 1-hit KO on most of his sand users. Ice Punch is there for coverage, same with Earthquake. Stealth Rock is just there because I need to get them up to get chip damage off the rest of his team. So I am Choice Scuffed with Stealth Rocks, and I have another very funky thing going on later on. So yeah, Halloween, our Gorgas with Leftovers, Frisk, Synthesis, Leech Seed, Foul Play and Will-O-Wisp, 252 HP, 252 defense, 4 special defense. This is a hit and miss. If you bring Sand, this thing will destroy his hand abusers 100% because I can Will-O-Wisp them, I can Foul Play them, Leech Seed and just take like 35% from Choice Banded EQ from an Escadrille and just Synthesis off the damage and wall him. So that's the good part. If it doesn't bring Sand, Halloween is completely and utterly useless. Like, actually, it's dead weight on my team if it doesn't bring Sand. So that's why I prep for Sand and nothing else. Next up we have Gudra, Imagine Dragons, our Assault Vest user with Sap Zipper, Ice Beam, Sludge Wave, Focus Blast and Flamethrower with 248 HP, 252 special attack with Modest Nature, 8 in special defense. This thing destroys his team. Like, it deals tremendous amount of damage to all of his team members. But I can't let it take too many hits, especially from the physical side. So I really need this to hit its moves and to deal the damage it needs to. Focus Blast is a 2-hit KO on most P2s, and it also deals tremendous amount of damage to the rest of his team. So it's a good bring in my opinion. I think this is the best thing I have for any team, any tactic he goes for, more or less. It's this Gudra. Then we have ACDC, our Galvantula, holding the Choice Specs with Compound Ice, Thunder, Energy Ball, Sticky Web and Bug Buzz. 252 HP, 4 special defense, and 252 speed with timid nature. Now, I have a Choice Scarfed Metagross with Stealth Rocks, and I have a Choice Specs Galvantula with Sticky Web. Yeah, I have to go with Choice Specs because I need the damage from Thunder, Energy Ball, and Bug Buzz. And I noticed that Galvantula hits so. It doesn't have the best special attack, which means that it needs the Choice Specs to deal damage. And I've said it before, and I will say it again. I will never draft Galvantula again. Never. If I have to go for webs on a team, maybe I'll draft Galvantula, but then I'd rather go with Ariados that I can make really bulky, or I go with Smeargle that is that you use to just stop and has it stack with. So I mean, this will most likely be the last game I ever use Galvantula in, ever in competitive. I don't think I will ever draft it again, but yeah, it is what it is. So this thing is just here to set up the stick webs and click Bug Buzz, Thunder, and Energy Ball whenever I need to. Last but not least, we have Megadeth over Lopunny, holding the Lopunite with Scrappy, Drain Punch, Substitute Power Punch, Return, 252 attack for special defense and 252 speed with Jolly Nature. After the stick webs, Metallica and Lopunny is faster than the rest of his team. Because I will because I will just be faster. Because Sandrush is +2, and then the webs on that will bring it to +1, and at +1, Lopunny is faster than his Escadrille, because Escadrille has to be Jolly to be able to outspeed max speed Lopunny in the sand at +1. So this thing does actually destroy his team 100% if I choose the right moves. I need to get a power up punch up, then in return destroys his team. The problem is that I can't really do that versus his team. I would need to lead with Lopunny then, and I don't want to lead with Lopunny because I don't have any momentum if I do that. So this will be our team. I don't have any high hopes for winning this game. Because, as I said, I am out of playoffs already in my mind. So I will not play to the best of my ability here. Sorry, Zion. I just can't. I can't bring myself to that level again. When I know that no matter how good I play, I will not go to playoffs because, because both Trevor and Sly has easier ways to the playoffs than I have right now, and it's my own fault. It really is. So yeah, let's go right into the game. So here we are with our last week battle of ABL, and he brings the Greninja, the Togekiss, the Porygon2, the Chandelure, the Piloswine, and the Mesprit. No sand. I have no clue what this could be for a team setup. I am predicting a pivot in Mesprit, so it will get up Stealth Rocks, Toxic Me, U-Turn, and Psychic whenever it can. Piloswine will be Eviolite, most likely offensive, because it's a very good offensive Eviolite user, and it's because it's so extremely bulky after that. Chandelure I think will be a Specs user, maybe Scarf to outspeed Lopunny, but it can't really one-hit KO me and I can destroy it back, so I don't think that will be the case. Specs is much easier, I think he will bring that. Porygon2, looking at his team, I would say that it would be especially bulky to eat up hits from Goodra and Jolteon and everything else on my team that is special. Then we have Togekiss. Togekiss will most likely be physically defensive with Rocky Helm or something like that, or it will be Scarfed to flinch out Lopunny. And then it's Protein Greninja that can do exactly whatever it wants to because I can't stop it really. So looking at this team, he didn't bring sand, which means that I have already 1 or 2 months that are completely... I have 1 month that is dead weight on my team in Gorgeist. I have 1 move in webs, stick webs, that are completely and utterly useless for me. So we will see what happens here. So let's click play. He leads with Mesprit, I leads with Metallica. I switched out fearing the Shadow Ball. If I would have stayed in, I would have dent this thing so hard. But it's what it is. I go for the Ice Beam, and he sets up the trick room. And I'm just like, okay. He did bring the trick room. He did bring the trick room. And I was just like, wow. He brought the trick room. And then, so I understand here that I made a misplayed turn 1, leading with Metallica, and then switching in Imagine Dragons, fearing for the Shadow Ball. I should have gone out into Jolteon, or not Jolteon, Galvantula, and not get up the webs. I should have clicked Bug Buzz, because Bug Buzz deals 80% to it, more or less. I would still get up the Trick Room, but I would have dented that thing so hard that it would be more or less dead the next turn. I'm just like, okay, it is what it is. I'll just have to try and stall out this, go for the Ice Beam there and say what it goes for. We'll see how much damage it does. It doesn't do too much. He goes for the Earthquake, gets a Crick. Okay, that sucked. Coldplay, he switches out here. I just go for the Wish. I went for the Protect because then he couldn't kill me. I just switch out here because I just wanted to Toxics me. I went for the Focus Blast, that does absolutely nothing. And at this point I'm just like, okay, he'll get up the Trick Room again. Then he just scouted to Vaporeon, because Vaporeon can wall his team in Trick Room. Went for the Magic Coat, as I went for the Wish, so now I know exactly what this thing can do. It has nothing to hit me with, really. There's that thing. I will get my Wish here. I get Protect here, because... So... The problem here is for me. Now I know that he has Shadow Ball, but I want Ice Beam. For something that I don't remember right away. But I should have gone Toxic. If I had went for Toxic instead of Ice Beam, I could have stalled out Porygon 2, I could have stalled out Mesprit, I could have stalled out everything on his team, more or less. So yeah, this is what it is. I switch out here into Imagine Dragons, and he goes for the Toxic again. And Goodra is more or less gone at this point. So I go out into Galvantula here, predicting that thing to come in, and he switches directly out into this thing. And I went for the Bug Buzz. That is a pretty good amount in my opinion, so I go for another Bug Buzz, and he heals, okay? I thought that he might predict something there, so I went for another one, and we get the critical special D drop. That what happens, and he does a tremendous amount of damage to me, so I decide to switch out here. Find the Eviolite, and he switches out as well. I started to Togekiss, so I'm just gonna see what I can do here. That's offensive, special D drop, yeah, I'm just gonna Leaf Seed here and see what I can do. Maybe we'll be able to survive a hit. But I will switch out here and go into Coldplay. And he will get up his Trick Room again. I will go for the Skull. That does absolutely nothing, especially defensive. I can't hit it. And okay, as long as Mesprit is here, I cannot go out into Lopunny. And yeah, I need to explain this. That was a misclick with Coldplay, because I was gonna go out into Goodra first turn. Now I didn't, which means that he got his recover up, because I had you know how you have the moves and then you have the Pokemons? So Wish was right over Goodra in my Pokemon slots. So I clicked Wish instead of Goodra. And this means that Goodra will go down on this turn. Well, I had to switch out there, so it will go out later because I misplayed so hard. So yeah, he does that, and I have to go for Wish here. And he can just Toxic me, so I'm just like, okay, I've lost this battle now. My only way to deal with his Trick Rooms is gone. And there's another Trick Room setup. So at this point I'm just like, okay, I can't win this battle, no matter what I do. But now I know that I can just go into Lopunny on this thing, because it can't touch me. So I can set up, so I just need to let the Trick Rooms fade away here. Let the Trick Room time fade away. Go out into Lopunny when that's over. I went for the Protector because I know he can just set up the Trick Room. And I don't have a taunt on anyone. I'm just gonna go out into Halloween here, trace the Eviolite. I'm just gonna sack it off. It's dead weight. That was like the most idiotic play that I played, but that kind of sets the mindset. Okay, I'm just like, it isn't over. I mean, it is over for me. I can't win this battle. I'm just gonna try and stall out Trick Room for as much as I can, then do damage. That does a good, clean damage to him. But at this point, I'm just like, okay, Coldplay will die here. But so let's switch out into Metagross, and he goes. Okay, I was faster, so he wasn't Scarfed. That was good. I was Scarfed. I went for the EQ. He got the Power Punch, so he was a bit sad there, Cyan. But yeah, so I misplayed there because I went out to do Galvantula, and well, I didn't misplay, but I didn't know that his Togekiss was Scarfed. I just thought that I was faster under Trick Room with Vaporeon, and he was Scarfed. And I was just like, I just lost my only way to get rid of his Mesprit. I cannot win this battle now. The only way I can win this battle is if I somehow manage to get in Lopunny, and I can't get in Lopunny before Togekiss is gone, because Togekiss is Scarfed. Which means the Togekiss will 100% 1-hit KO Lopunny every single time, so I need to get in Lopunny for free when Togekiss isn't on the field, when Porygon isn't on the field, and when Mesprit isn't on the field. Which means that he has 3 months that I can go in and start to setting up my sub and start prepping for it, and that won't happen, sadly. I mean, it can happen, but I don't think it will at this point. We just go through the rest of the battle. I went for the Meteor Mash, and I got the attack boost. Pretty good, but I don't do enough. Yes, went for Shadow Ball here. I got in Megadeth for free, exactly what I wanted. It goes out into that thing, and I'm just gonna go for the return here. And it lives on 1%. So, okay, that thing is gone. That's good, but now it just goes into that thing, so it is. I'm just going to switch out here directly. Goes for the Aura Sphere that deals a ton of damage. It's going to switch out into Porygon here. I will set up my Stealth Rocks. And then I'm just gonna, okay, it's gonna go for Trick Room. Good Race gone, so it is what it is. Just go for the Focus Blast, and I miss it. If that Focus Blast hits, I actually have a chance to win this battle. Because, well, no, actually I don't, because you can just recover after the damage because I will let the Toxic. Never mind. So I guess just go for the Shadow Ball here to kill me. I get out into Vaporeon here. And I survive. I go for the Wish. And I survive the Toxic. So I go for the Protector, I think it is. But he is gonna go there. If I went for, yeah, I went for the Protect. If I would have gone for Ice Beam there. He predicted a Protect. If I would have gone for Ice Beam, that would have been game. Because I would have killed that thing. I would have been at a high amount of health. So I misplayed actually. Here, this misplay cost me the game together with the misplay earlier. So I lost because of 2 misplays. I could have won this game with the team I had, even if it was predicted, even if it was brought to predict the Sand team. But I think like this one lost me the game completely. Mr. Slash, and it doesn't flinch me as lucky. But yeah, I didn't see any like in just protecting this. So I just got into Metallica here, and I survived that. And I go for the Meteor Mash, killing that thing. So I still have a chance. Use out into this thing. I'm just, okay, I'm faster. I'm just gonna hit it as hard as I can. But I miss my Meteor Mash. And it sets up Trick Room. I can't win. I just can't. There's no way in hell that I survive a hit from this thing. As you can see, that does so much damage. I deal a ton of damage to it, but it's bulky, so it survives and it kills me back. If I would have got to the crit on that turn, I could actually have won. Or could I? If I would have got to the crit there, I would still been 2 turns of Trick Room and I couldn't protect anything. They would go out into Piloswine and kill me. No, I could not have won this game. Looking at it was, if he didn't have Trick Room on Chandelure, I could have won this game. And if I would have played, if I didn't misclick the first time and then misplay with Vaporeon again, we would have gone on for another 20 turns maybe, and then I still think Sion would have won. But I think it would have been maybe 2-0 or 1-0 win for Sion. So we lose our last week. I am fine with that. I don't really mind losing our last game. It has been a very, very fun ride. I really liked it. I really like to play in the ABL. Been fun, great fun to battle some people that I really like and that I think are extremely good battlers. And overall, I feel like this battle could have gone either way. If he would have brought Sand, I mean, looking at the teams, if he would have brought Sand, I would have won. If he didn't bring Sand as he did, I couldn't win. And I knew that in prepping already. And that was a big flaw in my part. And if I really wanted to push for the playoffs, I should have prepped for that part. But I didn't. The only thing I can say is that I was very, very close to bring a Trick Room Gardevoir versus his team, because Fairy hits him so hard. Fairy and Psychic hits him very, very hard, and I could have gone Trick Room, Shadow Ball, Moonblast, and Psychic, or Psyshock, and that would have destroyed most of his team. So it is what it is. I misplayed completely. But that means that if I brought that over Gourgeist in this set of 5, I could have won this battle, but the mon that I would have brought it instead of would have been Lopunny. Because Lopunny, I could have dealt with Sand without Lopunny, but I couldn't dealt with Sand without Gourgeist. I mean, it would have been Lopunny, it would have gone, but looking at the mon he brought, it would have been instead of Gourgeist. But yeah, it's nothing to worry about really. I'm not really upset over this loss. I'm just like blown away that he brought 3 Trick Room users and he brought a base 80, and I think Mesprit is like base 100. I'm not sure about Mesprit's speed, but yeah, Dildohead managed to win the game for him. Nah, but Dildohead was a very good bringing his part. Yeah, I have nothing else to say here. The season is over for me. I will wish Sly, Mimikyu, Levity, and Nathan the best of luck in the playoffs. I've helped Levity with the. I've helped Levity with the prep for Nathan in the semifinals. Well, in the finals. Well, for the playoffs, at least in the first round. And I also helped Jessup a little bit for the PSL PWL final, and that will go live on the PSL PWL channel pretty soon, together with some. Well, that much will go live, and then we will go over stats and so forth, and then we might have an awards video for the PSL PWL. In the best of worlds, we managed to scoop up 1 or 2 awards in the ABL. I don't think we'll get a single one, but I've actually shown that I can use defensive mons. I've actually shown that I can use mons like Gourgeist and Vaporeon that are pretty passive. As I see, that I can use them pretty offensive. But I can put on a lot of pressure, not only defensively but also offensively with the mons. I feel like the mistakes I made in ABL is that I drafted a very stupid team from the get-go. Even if I liked it very much, it had good synergy and so forth, it was good mons. But when I sat down and tried to build, I lacked so much coverage and I lacked so much speed and offensive pressure, especially offensive pressure. So I could only bring like Mamo and Lopunny for pressure, offensive pressure, and that was like I needed to switch things up. So I tried to go with Specs and Life Orb, Tentacruel. I put up, I did some changes and like I did some changes, but the changes wasn't enough for me to turn around the season. And I didn't thought they would. It was for me. This is for me more of a learning experience, and I feel like my draft, I looked too much on abilities and defensive stats rather than, well, on ones that I can run both physically, well, both offensive and defensive to be able to be very hard to predict. But I just ended up shooting myself in the foot so hard, because they were good bulky Pokemons, but they were good offensive Pokemons. But you cannot build a team around that. You need dedicated walls, and the only walls I had was Fairthorn and Gourgeist, in my opinion at least, and Goodra. And they aren't walls. Like, Goodra is a wall, Vaporeon, well, Goodra is a wall, the Fairthorn is a wall, and Gourgeist is a wall. The problem is that they're all weak to ice. Well, not all weak to ice. Let's see, Goodra and Gourgeist are weak to ice. I have no problem. I mean, and then fire hits two of them pretty hard. Ghost hits pretty hard. I mean, so yeah, dark types destroys them all. So my defensive core was much worse than I thought it was when I drafted it. And I memed around enough with slacking. So yeah, I just feel like I feel like I shot myself in the foot very hard in the beginning of the season with the draft. Then I actually managed to win some games. I thought it was good. But then I lost extremely. I just lost game after game after game, and then I got 6-0. Then I got 6-0'd by Nathan. That was actually because I didn't prep for his stupid Bisharp, but I mean, I would have lost that game 6-0 or 5-0 either way, because I didn't have a good defensive core. And I thought that I could build a core of similar types of Pokemon. Not like types with grass, fire, water, and so forth, but types as, roles, defensive roles, rather. I've learned a lot on the drafting part from PSL and ABL, and I will do better in the. I think, next goal is to reach the playoffs in both ABL and PSL. If I manage to do that in the next seasons, I will be extremely happy with myself, and I will take it from there. So thank you for watching this video. Thank you for watching the whole season. I don't have any leagues going on right now, except, well, I have the ABL VGC that will be a separate video that will be explained. I should go up sometime this week as well. But that's it. But there will be a lot of game time going on there. But then I will just focus on getting Emerald done and over with as fast as possible, so I can move on to other projects. And I think the first project after Emerald will be a non-Pokemon project, to just do something else for a while, and then I will go back to crit lock on Pokemon Leaf Green, not Life Green, Leaf Green, and that crit lock might go up around. Well, that depends on how long it takes with Emerald. I think Emerald will, in the worst of cases, Emerald will go on up until Christmas, and then the rest will unfold after that. But Emerald shall be done before Christmas, in my mind at least. It will be done before Christmas, and then we will see. I've also looked into opportunities on how I should be able to record Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, and I live at home, which means that I don't have the opportunity to record these. I still live with my parents, so which means that I sadly don't have the ability to record with a capture card directly from the 3DS. I don't have the money for a capture card as well, and for all of the things needed for that. So there will not be a Let's Play going up on my channel for Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, sadly. I will try and move away from my Mac laptop as well, because it's getting pretty hard to just record on that when I need for school things, because it takes up so much space on the computer, on the laptop. But I don't know if I can switch to Switch, sadly. Switch computer, because I need to do some crazy things with my other computer first, because it's kind of slow sometimes. So I don't think it will be able to rendering videos and so. So yeah, that's been a short update video as well as this battle. Thank you once more for watching. If you have been watching all of the games, thank you. I hope that you will watch the rest of my videos. I really hope that you will stick around to this channel. I know most of you are from the PSLPWL server, if not all of you. But it is what it is. My ABL season is over. I wish the playoff contenders, not contenders. I wish the playoffs players the best of luck, and I will see you next time, whenever next time is.